So hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. I cover a lot of TV shows here on YouTube. I also do a whole bunch of TV shows on Patreon and I do movie reactions from time to time. I thought I had seen most of what you could possibly see. I was wrong. Let me set the scene, okay? I was bored. It was late at night. I wanted to watch something I hadn't seen before. I have recently discovered the beauty that is Josh Hartnett. I don't know how this individual flew under my radar for so long, but after watching Trap and then Fight or Flight, I was like, I think I'm in love. So I've gone back and I've been working my way through every movie. Oh my god. Every movie, the good and the bad. And then I came across a film. This film is very well known. It is in every top 10 list of thrillers, horrors, 90s classics that you have to see. My own father recommended this movie to me when I was informing everyone in my life that I'm in love with Josh Hartnett, because I am just like that fool with the town bell that just runs around, hear ye, hear ye. I have a new obsession. So when I told my dad I'm really into Josh Hartnett these days, he was like, you have to watch The Faculty. It is one of the best films. The cast is nuts. Obviously there's Light of My Life, Love of My Week, Josh Hartnett, Usher is in it. Your man from the X-Files is also in it, Doggett from the X-Files. That's what I know him as. He's also in Terminator 2, he plays the villain. So the cast looked pretty good. It was directed by Robert Rodriguez. Greg Nicotero also worked on it as part of the special effects of the makeup crew. And I clocked it halfway through the movie. I was like, this looks familiar. The visuals in this look they look like I can taste the familiarity coming from them. Greg did have a part to play in that. The soundtrack was also really, really, really good. The film opens with The Offspring. But I have to say, it's a good movie, but my god, it is just riddled with the most beautiful things that have ever been put to a screen, and I wanted to talk about it. So if you haven't seen The Faculty and you want to avoid spoilers, I'm sorry, it's been almost 30 years. But maybe click off the video. So I'm just jumping in to say, yeah, I know that there's a weird humming sound in my background. It's 30 degrees in Ireland, which is too goddamn hot. Why am I alive kind of hot? And before any Americans in the comment section jump in with, oh my god, stop it, shut the fuck up. Houses in Ireland are built to retain heat. I live in a solitude of brick and sweat right now. My house is made of brick. It's hot. It's warm. We don't have AC. Most houses here in Ireland don't have AC. You know what we have? A €20 fan from Amazon that we're praying to the Lord and anyone that's listening will do something. And guess what? So far, my prayers are unanswered. Again, now listen, I love Josh Hartnett. I love him. But when the movie opened up with him getting out of his car with helmet hair, for some goddamn reason, I knew we were in for a trip with this film. I knew, oh, this is going to be good. He got out, and his little hair was flicking up so violently, it looked like he was about to flap away into a different realm. There's also another character in the film who I can't remember her name. I just call her Mrs. Bangs. It's like we were having a fight-off for who can have the worst hairstyle in the movie. And to be honest, those visuals were probably one of the more scarier ones throughout the film. Anyway, so it's a typical 90s movie, typical formatting. You have your main characters introduced at the beginning. Very typical of the old 90s trope where you have the jock, you have the cheerleader, all those kind of characters, the outcasts. Delilah is what I can only explain as Elena Gilbert's fourth doppelganger. She's Miss Bitchy Pants. This one is very unlikable. I'm guessing she was supposed to be the mean girl, but it didn't even come across in a tropey way. She just came across as mean. She takes it to the next level with some of the shit that she says in the movie.
Be superficial.
4 syllables, that's really good, Stan, you're on your way.
She's dating the jock, Stan, who wants to try bolting his way out of this and be smarter. So he wants out of the jock life and, he wants to hit the books instead of the field or the pitch or wherever you play sport on. Anyway, they have a big heart-to-heart at the beginning of the movie where she basically calls him a loser for this.
Cheerleaders date star quarterbacks, not academic wannabes.
Oh, the 90s. You've Stockley, who's the outcast, also someone who has never seen a bottle of shampoo in their life. The whole thing with Stockley's character is that everyone spent the whole movie just calling her a lesbian.
I hope you're not a violent lesbian like a newfound friend here.
I guess we'll just have to keep looking for Miss Right.
Again, oh my god, the 90s. You see short hair on a girl and it's like, gay. Anyway, so you've all these characters meeting at school. Did I mention Josh Hartnett's character? I don't think so. He sells... I'm trying to be careful here with monetization. He sells rugs. But not the kind you stand on, the kind that goes in you. But we later find out that they're kind of like placebo. They're just like caffeine pills, so it's fine.
Guaranteed to jack you up.
Anyway, shit really starts hitting the fan when Mr. Doggett comes on the scene. He enters into another teacher's room and he wants a pencil. He's so desperate for this pencil.
I need a pencil. Do you have a pencil?
Jesus Christ.
Side note, I have got to give it to Robert Patrick, the actor who plays him. He has the most ominous, unsettling vibe I think I've ever seen in an actor. Even in the X-Files, there was still something so off-putting about him. Anyway, after the pencil debacle, there's like a scuffle. He stabs her in the hand with the pencil.
Because he always wanted to do it.
And then we get cinema's finest running scene. Josh Hartnett's hair was not enough to have me locked the fuck in and ready for this movie. This scene was it. Also, they mentioned the X-Files later on in the film somewhere, and that just means X-Files is canonically part of the faculty universe. Meaning Doggett either has been or will be on their screen sometime in the future. Those students are going to be so confused when they turn on their TV and they see Doggett take over for Mulder. They're going to be like, that's my homicidal teacher.
Whatever.
But while we're talking about his running scene, we have to bring in another running scene that was equally as unnerving. Elijah Wood is in this film. He just had to one-up Mr. Doggett in the running department.
Get out of here.
I think it was a few years before Lord of the Rings came out, but my God, he looks like a baby. Anyway, the whole point of this film is that there is some kind of alien infiltrating the faculty. They're getting all up in the teachers' ears and their noses and their crevices, and they're mind controlling them. So the students start to figure this out like one by one. One of the first being Elijah Wood's character. Forgot his goddamn name. There's so many actors in this. Usher's also in this. And Salma Hayek is in it, but her whole storyline is just having a cold. She's sneezing in every scene she's in, and that's it. Anyway, getting back to the slug that like gets into your brains and stuff. So Elijah is a little smarty pants that figures out what's going on. And he sees firsthand what the fuck is up. But when he tells his parents, their answer to this is just therapy, and we're going to take away your internet, which, let's face it, it was the 90s. How much internet was even existing in that room to begin with? Dial-up was a nightmare. And also, for some strange reason, they rob all of his porn and inform him that there will be no more flogging the bishop. What the fuck does that mean?
We are going to get you help.
So while his parents are just thinking he's absolutely crazy, we end up getting Josh Hartnett's character chopping off fingers and injecting somebody with a drug pen, which, look, that wasn't on my bingo card for this movie, but neither was the aliens swimming around in the fish tanks multiplying, and all of that leading to us learning they don't like whatever's in the drug pen. I think it's penicillin. Honestly, at this point, I was so enthralled in the movie that I was both in and out of my body. I was hearing things, but I wasn't hearing them, do you know what I mean? So anyway, we end up fleeing from police from the school because all the teachers are on our asses, and we flee. And then we drive past a police roadblock, and they're like calling the car over. They're like, hey, come over here, won't you? Because they're all mind controlled by the slug beings. And we drive away, and they just don't follow us.
Fuck this shit.
I mean, I know it was the 90s, but were things really that relaxed? This movie has some of the best one-liners I've ever heard in my life. Josh Hartnett's desperately trying to get someone to sniff his pen because the pen is filled with stuff that the aliens don't like, and we have to try and figure out, are any of us infected with the slug, right? And the line that is thrown out in this room is, aliens are taking over the world. Weigh it. Anyway, Miss Cheerleader Girl, who was really, really mean at the beginning of the movie, turns out she's one of them. We then have to go on to kill the queen, because there's a queen that's controlling all the slug individuals, so we gotta go find the queen. So at this point of the film, everyone's infected, pretty much everyone in the town. And for some reason, they all just decide to go to a game. These aliens from outer space that are like in students' bodies are like, it's Friday night. Will we continue taking over the town and then the state and then the country? Or will we go to a game? By the way, the drug that like kills the creatures is called scat. Anyways, we're all inside the school trying to figure out where the queen is while everyone else is out on the pitch outside playing sport in the rain. Stan goes out to like do something and comes back one of them, so oh no, down goes another one. The sports team then kind of catches on to the fact that we're here and we're up to some fuck. So they all start running towards us, but they're wearing their sporty shoes. You know, the shoes that have like spikes in them that sticks in the ground. And the sound of the sports team running on gravel with the pointy shoes, it just sounds like a bag of popcorn in the microwave. Either that or it just very like unenthusiastic clapping, so it's not the scariest thing coming towards you. So then Miss Burke comes back, and I think I forgot to mention Miss Burke, which shocking because one of the creepier aspects of this film, Miss Burke is back for condoms, specifically the cherry flavoured ones.
I had my heart set on something cherry flavored. You know what I mean?
She is just so off-putting. I don't like her at all. She's pawing on Zeke Josh Hartnett's character. Before he rams her into a bus and, like, you know, fucks her shit right up. I mean, her head just goes flying. The mistake he made there is he didn't finish the deal. He just noped the fuck out of there, which, fair enough. She's weird, she's creepy, and she's also a slug. We'd had a scene earlier with her where she was just kind of creepy towards him. And then, spoiler alert, again, this movie is 30 years old. If I spoil this for you, it's on you. At the end of the film, we see her sitting in the bleachers while Zeke, who survives the movie, is like playing sport and shit, and she's just like clapping and like looking at him all creepy. And But yeah, so he decapitates her, and then her head slithers up beside him like that weird claw creature from Toy Story. She just slithers up beside him, and her body's running around the place, so he nopes out of there and is like, nah.
Alright, fuck this, I'm out of here.
We find out that Blondie is Queen Bee. So this character, I've forgotten her name. Mary Beth. It was Mary Beth. I didn't forget it. Mary Beth comes into the story at the very beginning. She's the new girl to our school. And you see now why I left Mary Beth out of the equation, because she arrived to school right when all this started kicking off. So it's pretty fucking obvious Mary Beth was the one that was bringing the fuck with her. So Mary Beth is in fact Queen Bee. She's the one doing all this to everyone. So she has her little freak out moment where she turns into like mega slug. But that's after she decides to have a heart-to-heart with Stockley up on the benches, on the bleachers. I thought that they were going to have like a big emotional hug moment or a coming out moment, but no. Tentacles! So Stockley then is knocked into the swimming pool and is like, oh god, I might die. Stokes! But it's okay because Elijah Wood is on the case. For some reason, he does an entire lap around the pool before helping her out. And I'm like, dude, you could have just pulled her out from where you were, but he just decided to do a quick little scamper around the pool. Also, Elijah, I love you, man. I kind of met him very briefly at a convention like last year. Splendid individual. One of the craziest looking heads I've ever seen on another human, but I love him. He's a fantastic actor. Seems like a super nice guy, but he has the goofiest run I think I've ever seen in all of television. Who taught that young fella to run? So anyways, this big slug that just had their big coming out moment, as, you know, yes, it's I, haha. They decide to go back into a naked Mary Beth's body, and we have this big, tense standoff moment inside the changing rooms. It's the showdowns between Casey and Mary Beth. There's an attempt to squish with the bleachers, and it surprisingly it works. I really thought that we were going to get a jump scare or something like, oh, there's another one. It's Mary Beth's cousin, Jimmy Boyle. So Elijah has his face absolutely rocked by the ejected alien. It was grand because the alien dies. So when the queen dies, all the ones that have infected the rest of the town just shrivel up and give up the will to live. And you know, looking at the movie a few days after watching it, I'm still like, the fuck? First of all, Mary Beth turned up. She could have wrecked this whole friend group's shit from day one. She could have just infected them instantly and been like, aha, now go and be my spreader of the fucking shit, whatever. But instead she didn't. She kind of toyed with them. I think she just wanted to feel like a teenager for a while. But if you take away like glaring plot holes like that, or the fact that there was a teacher shot in the fucking face. There was a teacher shot in the face in an earlier scene, but then, you know, at the end of it, when it's all cleared up, everyone's like, no foul play. It's fine. We all just go back to school. We go back to living our lives.
As you can see, life has returned to normal at Harrington High.
And the most shocking twist of the entire movie is that Elijah Wood, the kind of dorky, nerdy guy who figured most of this out and had such a big part to play in it, he ends up with the cheerleader from hell from the beginning of the film. I know the dork getting with the cheerleader is a trope as old as fucking time, but that only works when the cheerleader is nice or has a personality that isn't like hellfire.
Why do you rag on me so much? What did I do?
Nothing. It's just your fate. You're that geeky Stephen King kid. There's one of you in every school.
This film is just like if Goosebumps and Killer Clowns from Outer Space had a child and then gave the child acid and just made it up as they went along. I feel like this is what it would have been, and you know what? I loved it. I laughed harder than I have in forever. I still have so many questions, but I have to say, okay, I get why it's a classic. Fair enough. I don't make videos like this that often, because why the fuck would anybody make a video about a movie that's 30 years old? But it touched my soul in such a way that I had to talk about it with someone. I still can't get over the soundtrack. My soul left my body when I heard The Offspring in a movie. I was like, ah! So yeah, that's like a quick rundown overview of The Faculty. It's not a review actually, is it? It's just me telling you what happened in the movie. A movie that you've more than likely already seen. If you haven't, please God, go watch it. Even if this video spoiled it for you, I did not do it any justice. Go watch that movie now. That's it.